Hello everyone, MB here, and fingers crossed this video holds because this is the, I want to say, 5th attempt at trying to record this deck profile today. I don't know if it's the update that's going on in the background or if my Wi-Fi is just too terrible for today, but something's going on and it's making this deck really annoying to record. And that's frustrating because Raging Bolt honestly ain't that great. It's not bad, but it's not great either. But I did want to talk through the list that I've been working on, the list I've been cooking up in the side. And you'll notice there is no Gargancle in this because the Gargancle they give you to start with, I really don't know why they picked that partner. Out of all of the partners they could go for Raging Bolt, they went for Gargancle. I really don't understand that. But yeah. So Raging Bolt, a very cool card though, and a very fun card to use as well, because for a Lightning Fighting Energy, you may discard any amount of basic energy from your Pokemon, and it does 70 damage for each card you discarded in this way. Which just so happens to be a pretty okay attack in Standard right now. It's not terrible, but it's not great. In theory, it sounds great with Professor Sada supporter, as well as the Sandy Shocks that allows you to bring back a fighting energy from the discard pile if your opponent has 4 or less prize cards remaining. You know, that sounds fantastic, and I am actually playing the Pickaxe in this deck to allow us to accelerate a fighting energy to the bench, potentially. You know, it's not a great chance of, using this, but it's still a draw 1 card either way. And I also play Turbo Energize as well, so if we go second and we can get Arven, or, even at least a Town Store, then we will be able to pull off Turbo Energize, which is quite good. Very useful card. However, why Raging Bolt isn't super great is because you just need so many energy throughout the turns to get back-to-back KOs, which is kind of why I'm leaning towards, and this will be a bit controversial to some people. I know Prime Catcher is a great card and everything, but I'm sort of leaning towards Maximum Belt because it says attacks used by this Pokemon do plus 50 damage to opponent's active EX. We kind of know what this does at this point. However, why this is good is Raging Bolt does damage in 70s. So 3 lots of 70, 210. 210 isn't really enough to KO most basic tanky EX Pokemon. However, 260 is, but we don't always want to discard another energy. We might need to keep an energy in play. So actually having a Maximum Belt to get that essentially extra energy in play, while basically not requiring us to find another energy, is really solid. And, just pretty good overall. And the fact of the matter is, there's stuff like Garchomp, for example. I'm saying Garchomp because I played against Garchomp recently. Has 320 HP. So typically that would be, what's that, 5, 6 energy? Well, you can just slap a Maximum Belt on there, and all of a sudden you only need 4. So, it's that kind of situation. So I do like Maximum Belt quite a bit. I can see, why Prime Catcher would be good. Awakening Drum I don't think is good enough in this deck, just because I've found that Radiant Greninja and Lumineon are just so important. You don't really get enough ancient Pokemon in play to make the drum worth it. But if you wanted to play like Fluttermane for a bit of disruption, you wanted to play maybe an extra copy of Koraidon, which is totally valid because this card is phenomenal in this deck, then, I could see the argument for Awakening Drum, a spec. But for me personally, it's Maximum Belt all the way. But yeah, Koraidon, very, very strong card. 30 damage for each of your ancient Pokemon in play. Just a really good swinger in the early game. You could use this in the mid to late game as well to try and disrupt the prize trade. But of course, do bear in mind, if your opponent KOs a Koraidon, then they just have to boss Greninja, and then that's the equivalent of knocking out a Raging Bolt anyway. So yeah, it's a bit weird in that sense. So do be careful. But, either way, Koraidon, fantastic early game swinger. Just means that even if you swing for like 90 or 120, it's still setting up a decent KO, and you don't have to discard as many energy with Raging Bolt. So that's fantastic. Also, we got some Sandy Shocks that we talked about earlier. One thing I do actually like about Sandy Shocks, and why I'm pursuing this variant of the deck before I move on to stuff like Raikou and Generators, is Sandy Shocks has the attack Earthen Spike that does 200 damage, and it does say you can't attack next turn. However, it's just useful for getting a 1-hit KO on Iron Hands. I'm not saying that's a super relevant combo, but, just something you can do. As for the trainers, nothing too crazy. Pal Pad is definitely necessary, and yeah, nothing too wild there, and a split of 9 fighting, 4 lightning. But yeah, let me know what you think down below, and I'll get into some gameplay in a second. Thank you for watching. Okay, so looks like we're against an Aegislash Hisuian Zoroark deck, which is interesting. It's very interesting. Not sure what the synergy there is, but my opponent did have a much higher rank than me, so I'm going to assume they know what they're doing. Also going to quickly check the prizes, make sure we have nothing of serious concern prized. Don't think we do, though. Yeah, maybe some basic energy prized, but aside from that, we should be alright. So what I will do here is I actually don't mind if I draw a couple more energy. So I'm going to use concealed cards. So we get another energy there. That's nice. And I think what I want to do is Earthen Vessel away basic energy. And I'm probably going to have to do an Ultra Ball play this turn. So I'm kind of tempted. Yeah, I'm going to get 2 fighting energy here because we need at least 1 for Koraidon. And we already have lightning energy in the discard pile. So Ultra Ball away, Arven, and basic energy. And what I'm going to do is get Koraidon. And Koraidon will be like our mini beatstick Pokemon, I guess, for the first few turns of the game. Or it's hopefully going to be, you know. It might not be, but we'll see. Okay, Pickaxe Pal Pad. That's not terrible. Did we discard any supporters? Yeah, we discarded Arven. Should be alright. And I will attach to... that's a good question, actually. Where do I want to attach to? Actually, nah. I'll attach the active. We'll be ballsy. Okay, let's see how this goes. So we might Sada for 2 energy next turn, assuming our opponent doesn't Iono. Then we can potentially get a KO, but realistically, that doesn't actually put us in the greatest of positions. Now, my opponent does, unfortunately for us, attach a Bravery Charm. You don't always see that. So they must be scared of us. And they are running off to Honedge. So now there's like 0 chance of us getting a... Okay, they didn't switch out, actually. That's cool. And I can't really afford to ditch this, I don't think. Or can I? Yeah, I can, actually. But we'll see what we get off Sada first. So we'll Sada, get the lightning energy to you, the fighting energy to you. Then we'll draw 3. These will be good cards. Nest Ball, I do like to see that. So we can go get Nest Ball for... Yeah, I think Raging Bolt's fine in this situation. And then at this point, we can discard the lightning energy, actually. Actually, no, we'll discard the fighting energy. We'll play it safe. So if the game's going to let me, please discard. Yeah, discard the fighting energy. Draw 2. That's nice, actually. That is quite nice. Gutsy Pickaxe. Switching Cart. Nice, nice. Okay. So we could retreat and swing for 90, which is kind of tempting, actually. That is tempting. We heal 30 as well. Do I want to do that, or do I just want to blow this thing up? You know what? I think it's more entertaining when you blow things up, really. So I think that's what we're going to do. It might be the worst play, but, you know, I think this is, you know, like, not really hot of the cards, essentially, but just a wee bit more entertaining, especially for YouTube. I know it's not, like, the best play in that position. Like, what you really should do in that choice is switching card into Koraidon and make them boss, basically. But at that point, I don't know. I wasn't feeling it. I just wanted to do the big blow-up KO. Now, they might have Rare Candy into the Aegislash EX, which, if they do, that's obviously a bit scary. Or is it the Mysterious Guard? Okay, that's fine. I don't mind them having that because we have Switching Card anyway to get into Koraidon. We still have to find another Sada, of course, but we should be fine. So how much damage is this guy doing? 120. So yeah, we want to ideally make one of our dudes. What are they playing? Okay, it's interesting. Yep, they're playing a deck of all time. Earthen Vessel, Nest Ball, and yeah, I shall Nest Ball. I'll Nest Ball for a Sandy Shocks. This is interesting. That's really interesting, actually. And do I want to discard the lightning? Ooh, we're already down quite a few energy, though. That's like my only major concern. So I think no matter what, we're playing Switching Cart, right? Into this, yeah. I think no matter what we are. And we are going to concealed cards. Probably should have put Sada back, actually. No boss. Typical. We will, however, survive a hit anyway, even with a modifier. I'm pretty sure they won't be running Divine's Band. I doubt they will be. So I'll put Lightning Energy on here. So this is an example of us maybe not doing the smartest play in the world, but what we can do is boss up something else, actually, and stall for a little bit. So I'm going to be a bit cheeky here and boss the Hone Edge. So they have to fork out an energy or switching card. And then do we have a Sada or two in the discard pile? We have a Sada. So I could get Sada boss back. Nah, end turn. So yeah. So maybe I was a bit hasty. Okay, maybe I was a bit hasty in getting the KO, but you know, it's fine. Okay, Jet Energy, why not? Doesn't Jet Energy this Aegislash though? That's certainly an interesting choice, but okay, fair enough. They want to use Indeedee. So they get Dual Blade. So I'm guessing they want like dual Aegislash, which is fair enough. Expert Nurture. So that's kind of like TM Evolution, I guess. Slightly worse, maybe. So they have two of these walls out, which is quite annoying. Yeah. What else can we do here? We're currently... Oh, that's really annoying. We're not doing enough to KO an Aegislash in one hit. That's really annoying, actually. I'm not sure if I have a Super Rod in the deck either. We'll discard Town Store, because I don't want to give them any tools to work with here. So we'll take the 2 basic energy. Do I run a Super Rod? I don't. Ooh, that could be bad. So... yeah. Yeah, that's a problem, actually. I shall boss then, I guess. Should I boss? No. No, I think we wait. We can Arven, though. We can Arven. Thin the deck out a bit more, I guess. It's fine. Get a Capsule. Make myself a bit bigger. Although I don't think that's super relevant in this matchup, but... Actually, does it matter if I give him 200 HP? It doesn't really. Not against them, at least. Actually, what does his attack do? 120. Yeah, I don't think that's going to make a difference, so I'll just put it on one of these guys. Decisions, and Primordial Beatdown. And then we'll Pickaxe next turn. Ultra Ball, that's fine. Okay. So we are currently doing 120. And we will need to... Okay, just Pickaxe here. Sada, that's fine. Just be careful we don't deck out, actually, but I'm sure we'll be alright. A lot of energy in the discard pile, though. Okay, fighting. And then, yeah, I guess lightning down here is fine. Okay, Raging Bolt. Don't actually need Raging Bolt, so discard these two. Could discard Boss there, but we'll keep Boss. We kind of need to Pal Pad the other. We need to Pal Pad like 2 Boss anyway, realistically, so. Otherwise, yeah, because we need to blow up Genghis Khan over there. So that's kind of like the main objective, I guess, of this match. Also, I'm pretty sure we're doing enough to KO this thing. We better, yeah, we are. Okay, good. So I was going to say, if we didn't do enough to KO there, then I'm pretty sure we kind of just lose at that point, but. Okay, we got a prize card. Nice. So it is doable that we win this. It is doable. Potentially. My opponent just needs to keep Aegislash in play and remove Koraidon. So maybe it was actually correct in hindsight to put the capsule on the active. But unless he has an attack... Okay. Okay, we just win. That's... Wow. That's really not how I thought that game was going to go, to be honest. Especially not after I misplayed that badly multiple times. But, yeah. Fair enough. Very strange deck by my opponent. Definitely running some interesting things, but who am I to question? And, yeah, my opponent concedes. No worries.